What's up, fam? This your boy back behind again with another banger and stuff. On my hand with a young lady, man. I'm telling you, got amazing stories y'all need to hear and stuff, right? But go ahead. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Bella Story. I've been here in Baltimore since about 2018.
Or where you from, Bella?
Uh, I was raised in Arkansas,
Did you move?
and
I'm
I
sorry.
moved up here in 2000 April or May of 2018.
So you moved from Arkansas to Baltimore in 2018. How you like it so far?
It's been fantastic.
What made you make the move though? I mean, your job or what made you make the move?
I made the move because I had um, gamer friends who realized I was in a bad situation, and they tested to make sure I was willing to get a job, made sure I was looking for a job, and they came down to get me from our. They came from Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, drove all the way down to northern Arkansas to help me finish packing up and move me up here.
I mean, was something going on in Arkansas that made you want to make a change, or you just wanted to make a change?
Um, my family is verbally abusive at best. Uh, at best, I was the uh, oldest of four siblings. There's four of us siblings, and all of them have disabilities except for me. And I was worth less and often considered worthless, and so they were always hardest on me, and not in constructive ways. Um, we were with we being me and my sister, because my father had four kids, my mom had two, and we were with our father until my junior year, and then he lost custody because you can't hit people with disabilities. You get your kids taken away. Um, so we were taken away and given to our mom, but and that'd been the situation we'd been dreaming about our whole life, because we thought she was amazing. She's the best person ever, like most kids do. And then that's when the fairy tale ended. Um, uh, the fairy tale ended. Started becoming more verbally abusive towards me and towards my sister, and telling my sister horrible things, telling us really negative things, like for me picking on looks and size, and why am I not dating boys, and not that I was dating girls, just wasn't dating anybody, and to her that was a problem. She wanted me actively dating people. Meanwhile, after she'd gotten divorced from my father, she got married to my first stepdad, and then they divorced probably sometime when I was in high school, and then she met my second stepdad, who I don't know if she's divorced from now or not. They're definitely separated, but for the kind of household it was infested with bugs, due to her, definitely. Well, it was probably infested in the first place. I wasn't there when she first moved in, but her tidiness habits did not help. But for the kind of person, she would have her friends go to her bedroom with her and have my stepdad sleep on the couch.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, and he had a heart condition and needed a CPAP, and so it wasn't like he just accidentally fell asleep out there. No, man's was set up to go to sleep in the living room on the couch because his bed was full.
Did your mother or your biological father, did either one of them struggle with alcoholism?
Uh, Funny enough, no. I can think of only a few times where my mother drank and my father, I can't say I can ever think of a time he drank. My stepdad definitely liked to drink, but it was never a problem. The biggest problem was that he liked to chew Copenhagen. And if the mans couldn't get his Copenhagen, he about ready to throw some fists. Not at us though. The greatest parents I had were my two stepdads.
The two stepdad wasn't abusive.
No, neither one. My first stepdad, he loved hiking, he loved camping, he loved fishing, he loved taking us on adventures, like going out, and we would do all that stuff that kids, maybe little boys, I don't know, but kids do with their dads, and it was great. We only got to see our mom though in the summer because of how my parents had the custody arrangement set up, which is my parents hate the police so much that if you see, I was taught if you see a cop coming, but if they're behind you, you pull into whatever store, whatever's near you, and you're going, if it's a store, you're going in that store for 5 to 10 minutes until that cop is far, far down the road.
That's what your parents taught. That's what they taught.
That's what they taught me. Our town cops were not after a minority; they were after the poor.
I mean, was they doing anything to be afraid of the police? I mean,
No, not afraid. We were just poor, and the police picked on poor people.
Regardless.
And they had to trade kids at the police station. That's how violent these two would get with each other.
You mean your mother and your father?
Yes, they would get that violent with each other.
This question, like, before they go into the episode of getting violent with the kids and each other, like, do something happen, or they be going through something to get them to that point, or
they just hated each other. After years of being together, they just hated each other. As kids, I was in 3rd grade, and me and my sister are 2 years, 2 months, 2 days apart. And there wasn't any sign to us, so it's not like they were fighting and, mom's bloody on the floor or something. And I never actually saw them fist fight, but boy, would they get screaming. And I know I probably heard some screaming growing up. But we'd have our little radio on, and some things you just tune out. But my other stepdad, he was good. He was really caring. But it got to a point where if I told him anything, he would misconstrue it and then tell it to my mom. And that became a problem because, things kept getting worse with my mom. We were living with her. I was trying to clean and stuff, but things were never quite enough. And then, though I don't have any disabilities or anything diagnosed, if I don't get instructions, I find it hard to figure out what to do. So there is probably a diagnosis going on somewhere. As long as you give me instructions, I know what to do. No instructions, I'm just kind of in standby, and that could be trauma, because if you did something wrong, you'd get whooped. I went to play with neighbor kids, and I got whooped for playing with the neighbor kids because they threw mud at us. And they were church kids. They're throwing mud at me for, and I got whooped and sent to bed without dinner. So, could be either one, but I got kicked out, and I was technically a college student. Not technically, I was a college student. But I wasn't taught survival skills, like how to be an independent adult, because I was not supposed to be an independent adult, because I was supposed to live with my parents my whole life and raise my siblings and take care of them my whole life.
That's because your siblings got disability, all 3 of them, right?
Yeah, as I said earlier, they all have disabilities. None of them would be able to live on their own.
Do they still live with your mother or your father?
The 2 youngest siblings live with their parents, or their mom and my father, or our father. And my sister lives with the state of Arkansas.
Is the father still abusive? You know of? Do you talk to your sister?
I talked to my sister and my brother, and honestly, the youngest 2 never had, as far as I know, much problem. Me and my other sister, yeah.
The 2 of y'all, 2 of y'all, 2 of y'all wasn't.
We're in this, like, growing up, my sister would be punished with washing the dishes until like midnight, really late. I don't remember exact times. Have to write sentences and stuff that was kind of harsh. sentences aren't harsh until you're having to do it till midnight on a school night. And then she was getting so little sleep because after that, she would, of course, cry herself to sleep. And so then she was sleeping at school. And then our stepmom hated her because of my sister was the baby up until the babies were born. And she had youngest child syndrome or middle child syndrome, whatever that is, where you were the youngest and now you're not. And at first she didn't like her siblings because she wasn't used to not being the baby anymore. And she ended up loving them and still loves them. But our stepmom, it was by the time she got used to them and adjusted, because people with disabilities take time to adjust to new situations. And by the time she adjusted, it was too late and our stepmom hated her. So.
I noticed you changed your name.
Yeah, I had Alyssa Woods was my original name. I'm going to be changing it because I wanted to change my name for a long time. My first name my mom didn't get her first pick of a name, and so she named me after a movie, and it's The Princess and the Villain. And as a kid, I thought I was named after the princess, but when she kicked me out, she gave me an ultimatum of, after a week, you can come back if you follow these rules. And they were really strict rules. I don't remember what they were off the top of my head. But I ended up saying, if I don't know what I did wrong in the first place and I don't understand what I did wrong, how am I supposed to follow these rules? How I don't understand. And so I didn't go back. And through various shenanigans and misadventures, I realized I was not the princess of her story, and I probably never was. She looked me in the eye, which people say, if they look you in the eye, they're telling the truth, and I don't know if that's true, but she looked me in the eye. She said, "You are everything wrong with my life." Started listing the ways. All the things that I had, in her opinion, ruined.
Y'all beat me. I've been down. I went in the bathroom.
And even as an adult, because I was an adult, I was in college. That really hurt.
How you doing?
But I tried to repair stuff because Mom was all we'd ever wanted. But any gift I gave her, she trashed or burned. I gave her a self-portrait and she burned it. There were various times of her thinking I was trying to get rid of her. She probably has mental health concerns, but she would never go to a psychologist or therapist, whatever, to get that dealt with. Never. She thinks they're quacks. And so I tried for so long and to repair something that wasn't going to be repaired. And I realized a few weeks ago, finally, I'm done. I'm doing it. I'm changing my name because it was to honor my parents. But I was leaving it the same. I hated it, but I can live with. I thought I could live with it. But you want to go to Mark? And I realized that because I knew what my mom thought of me, but my father had been trying to fix things and stuff. And we had a conversation, and it came down to I needed to come take care of my siblings. If something happens to him, that would be what I needed to do. And I have various reasons I'm not taking care of my other sister. One of them being, if I had custody, my mom would try to come get her. But the other is my mental health is not stable enough after everything they did. I would not be able to supply them with everything they need. And then with them seeing how my parents have treated me, the sister right under me definitely treats me sometimes just like Mom. She picked up some of her habits, and honestly, my sister got hurt. I was told before I was kicked out, and I think part of the reason I was kicked out, because I was told a few months before I was kicked out, I was told, sorry, I didn't mean to repeat myself, I was told my friend's gonna make your sister a woman. I said, he's got a what? No, he's not. Like it was me and her, thick and thin, everything. We had never been apart. Never, once she'd been born. Never been apart. And I'd been trained to always take care of them. I would have done anything for her. And I was like, no, he's not. Her friend is her age. And he's saying he's going to make her a woman. And suddenly I was kicked out a few months later. And then she went and moved in with him. Without going into detail, my sister got hurt and he went to prison.
I want to put $1 in the meter.
Whatever.
$1 probably going out. I hope they ain't tagged.
Yes, because all of them do. And she was underage. So she was not a non-consenting
They should have
minor.
a fucking.
And with a disability.
They should give you money for parking and shit.
He hurt her several times. And she finally went to my stepdad and was like, hey, this and this and this happened. It really hurt. And he got arrested. And my mom knew it was going to happen. And I can forgive everything that happened to me, but not that. And my mom has always been saying, you need to get the family back together. And my father, he ended up saying, oh, well, you need to take care of your siblings. And I didn't know how to go into the fact that I don't have the mental health for it. Besides, I don't have the money, and only a certain percentage of a person with disabilities check is supposed to go towards their living. The rest of it is theirs. And taking care of someone, I'd want to be able to properly take care of someone, and I struggle with taking care of me. And so I tried to end the call nicely by saying, well, I have some chores to go do. And he said, oh, when did you get so chore-oriented? I tried to instill that into you, but it didn't work. And I didn't know what to say because I couldn't practice my flute as a kid because I was watching my siblings. I couldn't take a shower by myself because I needed to watch my siblings. So there you are trying to take a shower and take care of yourself. And I got two kids on the floor, a toddler and a baby, trying to entertain them. So I quit washing my hair. My little sister had cried because she couldn't sleep. Toddlers. And I had a test though the next day. And so I asked my stepmom for help. She whooped her. She was a stay-at-home mom at that point.
What they got in there?
The cleaning was up to me and my sister. I don't rightly know what all she did. It definitely wasn't watching my siblings during the day because they went to daycare.
Same shit. I mean, because we run out of time. Now, listen, if you want to come back to you, I mean, still some things I want to ask you, won't get into, right? We don't have time for the part.
Okay.
We want to come back with another part of it. So, man, keep putting a thing in the meantime, you know what I mean? Hey, God bless you. You know what I mean? You know, I know your story. I mean, I'm always praying for you, Jack. You know what I mean?
Your faith in that too?
I mean, be strong. I mean, I hope you, I feel that we in. You know, of course, you get some type of counseling free that you ain't got to pay for and stuff. So keep all that in mind too and stuff. So, you use that to your advantage and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've definitely been to some counseling.
Because you know I'm always there. I mean, my number always open anytime you feel what you know. You call me, we talk whenever you feel like you want. And like I say, listen to the next time. God bless you.
I think I like the electric market better though.
I mean, the new one you do, you ain't like the old one better.
Huh?
The new one you do.